So we've already watched the video, and as you can see, our school, we're proud of to call ourselves one European identity because we actually have three campuses in Europe. That it's in Munich, in Geneva, and Barcelona. And we also have our digital campus that is online. Unlike other universities and college, we're a business school solely focusing on specialization of business-related subjects. And we have several intake dates all year round to fit the time of the students. And these three campuses, we actually allow students the flexibility to change among campuses. It means that, for example, if you're originally interested in trying your business studies in Munich, you can start with a year or a semester, and afterwards, if you would also like to try Geneva or Barcelona, you can transfer to the other campuses the second year or the second semester, and then maybe eventually you find out that Munich fits you the most, you can transfer back to Munich again in the third year. And we do not limit the number of transfers that students can do in their on the program that they have selected. And also same for master's and MBA programs. You are also allowed to switch between campuses, even though the program time is shorter. So for Barcelona campus, currently we have 1,400 students there. Our campus is based very in the city center, very centrally located. And Barcelona is famous for their startups, and is also a host city for global tech events like the Mobile World Congress, which is basically the biggest event in Europe, and also the Smart City Expo World. And for Geneva, we have currently 350 students in our Geneva campus. It's also, our campus is also very city center and centrally located with good transport, well connected. And Geneva is, for those who are looking to eventually graduate and work overseas, it's famous for its highest average salaries in Europe. And also it's the second most competitive economy in Europe. If you're finishing business studies and you're looking to go into international banking or like luxury businesses, is also a good choice. And a little more information about our Munich campus. There's currently 700 students on our Munich campus, and Munich is the home to many international companies headquarters. And it also has the strongest employment growth in Germany. So very often our students find it really easy to land in a job after they graduate in Germany if they choose our Munich campus. Lastly, we also have our digital campus. Our digital campus, it has years of foundation. It was not an online campus that was built due to COVID in these 3 years. It actually has more than 15 years of foundation already, and it was voted by CEO Magazine for 7 consecutive years, the #1 online MBA program. We have live sessions that where you can interact with the business lecturers who often have real life business experiences and their own companies or and they're entrepreneurs in the real world that to share with you and lead the lessons. But at the same time, we also record the lessons, so those who can't make it to the live sessions can attend anytime and catch up with the progress afterwards. Our online business program is currently, we have like 6.7 million students around the world who have enrolled in their, sorry, not currently, overall, not currently. Overall, there are 6.7 million students around the world who are enrolled in this online course, and 60% of these online students, they are employed full-time, but they doing this course at their own time to fit their own schedule. And it was not difficult for them to complete this one-year MBA program. So why our MBA programs? First, I already mentioned their #1 ranking for 7 consecutive years. Also, we offer this online, offline, and hybrid studying mode that I will talk about it later. but most of all, our programs, the duration is quite short. It's 1 year, so it's very ideal for people who want to, for students who want to finish their studies in a shorter amount of time, 1 year instead of 2 years. And also our medium teaching across all campuses, no matter Barcelona, Munich, Geneva, or digital, it's English. So it's not a problem if you don't speak Spanish or German or other local languages when you go to the campus. And our MBA program, upon graduation, you will have multi-degrees awarded from Switzerland, from Spain, and UK. So here you can see the academic partners we partner with. After you finish the program, we will offer 3 degrees in 1 year, which is the first one, the UCAM is a state recognized university in Spain, and also MBA program from our own EU Business School, Switzerland, because our headquarters is in Switzerland. And we will also offer you an MBA program with our academic partner, London Metropolitan University. So we can take a look at the master and MBA programs that we offer at our school. The main differences between the MBA and the master is that MBA, you would do like general business, and then you pick a specialization. For masters, it's for students who already decided what specialization they would like to focus on, and it will be only solely focused on that specialization that they have picked in the beginning. And currently we have 11 majors for students to choose from. I would say that the most popular ones these years, for example, for masters is fashion and luxury business, digital marketing, transformation, and design thinking. And for the MBA programs, sports business and management, and also blockchain management, it's also quite popular these years. So back to the study modalities that I mentioned, students can choose to come to our campus to finish their programs on campus. They can also choose to do it online. Our online programs has very high QS top ranking in the world. And we also offer the flexibility of a hybrid mode to enjoy an on-campus lifestyle without having to sacrifice your own commitments, or if you're working, or to fit around your own schedule. And also it's very ideal for students coming from China who might take time to process the visa. So it's also good for late arrivals to start online first, and then they can come to our campus later so that they will not have to postpone their intake. So international rankings and ratings, we already talked about it, but mostly we're ranked #1 online MBA on campus and both online in the CEO magazine, and also the QS Top MBA 2021 rankings. And for world rankings, our online MBA program is ranked 24th in the world for QS online MBA rankings. And these are just some accreditations recognized. Just saying, basically it's saying that our accreditations are recognized by international bodies, and the qualification checks happens every 2 years to make sure our education programs provided are still the same standard, and the quality check is up to date. So some information about the admission requirements. You will need English level. We accept TOEFL and IELTS. If it's for master's and MBA, it's IELTS 6.5. If it's specialist, it's 6.0. If your previous studies are done in English, then the English requirement could be waived, and this part would not be necessary. You would also need a copy of your CV, 2 letters of recommendation, and 1 written essay to show that why you're interested in applying our school. And we also offer credit transfer system. So that it's on the basis that your previous education must be a business major. In that case, you can also send us the transcript and the course description that you have done before, and also the grading system of your previous education or school, and send it to us along with the list of documents on this slide. And we can do a mapping case by case to see what courses can be transferred and what course cannot. And one more thing about our campuses, if you decide to apply to Barcelona or Munich campus, these two countries, they offer the job-seeking visa upon graduation. So for those who are looking to work overseas and maybe eventually get residency in the future, in Spain, we offer upon graduation a 12-month job-seeking visa. And in 5 years, you can get residency. And in the Munich campus, we will offer 18 months job seeking visa. And in 2 years, you can get the residency. So it's also a very attractive point for students who are looking to eventually settle down in Europe and maybe work some period of time overseas. Next, just some information about our highlights at EU. We have this Learning from Leaders series because we have very close bonding and connection with business leaders in the industry. So from time to time around the year, we will invite important people we consider or famous people to come to interact with our students, like director and founders of like Google, Starbucks. These are just some examples. And for example, if you choose like sports business in Barcelona, because we have the very famous, world famous FC Barcelona Stadium for those who are interested in football and sports. So for example, in this case, we would also invite the Chief Football Operations Officer at City Football Group, Manchester and City FC, and to speak with the students and give more insight into the industry. Regarding our EU services and visa support, we have our visa support department. So after applying, remember to stay in touch with admission throughout the process. If you have any questions or concerns, you can speak to your academic counselor as well. And each student will be assigned one individual academic counselor, and you can always talk to them one-on-one if you have any questions. And usually a visa takes around 3 months to 4 months to process. So we recommend students to start the process earlier. But you also have to take note that we have several intakes a year. So depending on which intake you're looking at, you can accommodate and plan your time ahead. Career services, for career services, we also offer career services to our students. We have our career services department who would do one-on-one coaching and offer internship connections, help to polish your CV and cover letters, and teach you how to present yourself better in interviews and presentations. And we have a 96% placement successful rate. Every year, we would also organize the EU Talent Day. The EU Talent Day is where you can meet recruiters on campus. We would invite some recruiters to go on campus once a year. Also, where you could meet the alumni and speak to them about their path after they graduate and any opportunities or connections you can try to establish in the EU Talent Day. And we also organize company visits and interactive series. So these logos, you can see it's just some of the companies that we have connections with that we would visit or invite leaders or founders from the company to talk and interact with our students at our school, to go behind the scenes, to take a more in-depth look at the business. And we also organize these guest lectures to give further insights into their companies and their day-to-day operations in the business world for our students to learn more. And these are collaborating companies where we have partnered with them for internships to help our students achieve a higher success rate of a placement rate for their careers. So right now, our students pretty much come from all over the world. Right now, there's, as I remember, there's over 160 nationalities in our campus. So it's really pretty international. You do not need to worry that you will not blend in or anything like that. So also afterwards, here I can show you our alumni after they graduate. Yep, 162 nationalities, and where after they graduate, where companies, what companies and what career paths they actually would go to. Here are just some of the examples. And we have some statistics furthermore into our master's and MBA programs by function and by industry where the graduates would go. But very often over 50%, 52%, they actually end up finding work abroad in Europe if they don't plan to go back to China. And in 6 months, we have a 91% placement rate where students after graduation, they accept a job offer. Lastly, I have information about our tuition fees. Basically, they're digital, Munich and Barcelona campus, their fees are the same and they are paid in euros. You just have to note that for Geneva, the price is different and also it's paid in Swiss francs, not euros. And this is pretty much the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, you feel free to contact me by WhatsApp or WeChat or my email. I will be available for any questions you might have in mind. Thank you.
Yes, so we have a couple of questions from some of the students.
Yes.
So maybe we can go over them quickly now. So you said there are 3 campuses. So how can students choose between the 3 campuses? Do some campuses offer certain programs or is there just a complete free choice?
It's just completely 3 choices. We offer the same programs in across these 3 campuses. That's why we allow the option for students to interchange among the campuses after, because the programs we offer are the same. So it's really up to you what kind of which country you're more interested in, I would say that. And we also offer the flexibility if students are not sure in the beginning, they can change after and switch across the campuses.
Great. So this is a great option for lots of students. So if you want to have a very much a global experience and discover different campuses, you can choose between these 3 campuses and interchange as well. So that is a great option for students.
Yes, I would say that yep, sorry, just really quick. I would say that for those who are looking to graduate and work in Europe eventually, then in the last semester, many students would think carefully, usually Barcelona or Munich, because in Geneva, we do not have the job seeking visa and the place and the program to get the visa. But in Munich and Barcelona, eventually you can get residency after landing in a job.
Great, okay. And what are the accommodation options for students?
So accommodation options, we actually don't have on-campus accommodations, like we don't have our own accommodation in the campus, but around we have, first of all, we have department dedicated to accommodation. We have accommodation department services, and we have great connections with student residences and property platforms and agents and hostels around, but it really depends on what the student is looking for. Like if you want to live alone or share a flat with someone, or you want to immerse yourself with many students in a student residence, like what kind you're looking for. And also it depends on your budget as well, because obviously living in a hostel or sharing rooms with 3 other students would be way cheaper than renting your own flat. But rest assured that we have the accommodation services department to give you all the information and the help you need to find accommodation. But it's just that we don't have our own on-campus accommodation.
Okay, that's great. So we have a question here from Emmanuel saying, does the EU Business School accept a 2-year college diploma? So a diploma in business studies instead of a degree?
We do have that. We in cases we do accept that as well, but it's case by case. And maybe if you have a diploma, you will have to do a short bridging course that I didn't mentioned in today's presentation, but actually I can show you very quickly.
Mhm.
Let me just share sorry, am I still sharing I'm still sharing the screen, right? Yeah. So in the programs, you can see today my presentation was based on MBA and master's mainly, but there are also bachelor's, foundation, summer school, and we have bridging courses to help with students whose requirement may not satisfy their minimum entry requirements. They can do a very short 13 weeks program, and then they will be able to enter our normal program. And you can find all the information on our website.
Okay, great. And if they, from their previous university, studied in English, do they still have to give an English proficiency certificate?
No, in that case, as I've already mentioned, if your previous studies, it's in English, you just have to send us the transcript and your English requirement will be waived.
Okay, and then one last question here. They're looking, okay, so will the visa be for 4 years? I mean, I know it's different depending on which country you're in. And do you have to update it if you have less time available?
Sorry, can you clarify what does it mean by less time available?
I'm thinking that maybe because the student said, will the visa be for 4 years, or do you have to update it if given less time? So maybe if they
basically the visa, it's granted for the length of your study. So depending on how long your program is, for bachelor's, it's 3 years. For MBA, it's 1 year. So it's granted for the length of study. And if eventually you need to postpone your studies or extend your studies due to some reason, or maybe you failed a subject, then of course it would be extended as well.
Okay, and then just one last final question. Are there any age limits for the application?
We don't really have any age limits for the applications. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much,
Thank you so
Sally,
much.
for your presentation. It was really great, and I'm sure that it's a wonderful option for students who are interested in studying in Europe.
Yes, thank you so much. And if anyone is interested, feel free to contact me via WeChat, WhatsApp, and email, and also look for information on our website anytime. I'll be at your disposal. Thank you.